Good afternoon, students. Can you able to hear me and can you see PowerPoint presentation? Slide is visible. Just tell me yes if it is.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Even my voice is clear, no?
Yes.
Okay, fine. So now today we are going to understand about the board paper pattern in depth, about the weightage of the topic wise weightage. Okay, and we are going to understand how to approach the board exam, the time limit and everything we are going to see while in the course of understanding the board paper pattern. Myself, Mrs. Paste, we are going to start our lecture now. Now students, first of all, you just see our HSC board textbook. If you have not at all open your book, or it, first of all you should understand what is our textbook. And our textbook, why I'm showing this front page, because you know whatever your question paper questions which are there for the board exam, person who is going to check the paper, the person who is going to set the paper, moderator, chief moderator, all of this are going to use only one of this textbook, and whatever data present in this textbook is very important. Everything, all questions from every corner of the textbook, from each page of the textbook are important, because whatever questions are going to come, they are going to come only from the textbook. They will be not out of this textbook, or whatever answer is expected to the question is whatever given in the book is only needed. So no need to write something extra. If you know anything extra, but no need to write extra. Whatever given in the textbook is sufficient to write a correct answer and to get a good marks point of view. If you'll keep in front HEC board question paper, so this much is enough. So follow the textbook. If you have not yet started studying through the textbook, so first of all I'll tell you, read textbook very carefully. So when means I'm considering that you have done your around 80 to 90% preparation for the board exam, and around there is a need to brush up or to revise the things. So this is a time where you will start revising. So for revising, I will suggest you to first read lesson properly, chapter properly. So if you start with any chapter, you remove that chapter, see what are the content given in the textbook. Don't ignore textbook, students, because you never know any of the line. From one line only question may come, from one diagram, from diagram also question may come, or the numerical which are there in the book, on that also question will come for the board exam. So textbook is very important. After that, let's see unit wise distribution. Now what are the topics? Now you are aware of the topics. There are around 8 8 plus 8, that is total 16 topics are there, and maximum and the minimum means maximum marks as well as the marks with options are mentioned, and the topics which are highlighted, they are the important topics, more marks carrying topic. Like ionic equilibria have 6 marks with option. So if you prepare this topic thoroughly, so 6 marks question you will able to attempt on this chapter. Elements of group 16, 17, 18 again carries 8 marks. Then amines is again an important. Aldehyde and ketones, see, these are basically organic based topic. So they are also more marks carrying. And if you see, maximum marks are going to come 70, and with option 98 marks paper will be there. After that, let's divide the topics as per the types of chemistry. Like suppose your first to sixth chapter are physical chemistry topics. So how much physical chemistry? It contains around 26 marks, and this will be without option. So you have to attempt 26 marks paper, and if you will do this physical chemistry thoroughly, so you will able to attempt till 38 marks. So this is a marks with the options. Now you have, if you have observed, your physical chemistry mainly contains definitions, derivations, so theoretical things are there. So here marks, you can easily gain the marks by understanding topics very clearly with the depth. So if you afraid of a little bit of reactions, so I will no, even organic chemistry, it also gives you around 25 marks with the option. But still, physical chemistry, if you will do thoroughly these 6 topics, you can solve up to 38 marks from the 70 marks. Okay, so I will tell you to go through this topic from the textbook thoroughly, see all the derivations, definitions, laws, statements, everything very properly from the textbook. So these 6 topics of physical chemistry are again very important. Inorganic chemistry, if we'll go, elements of group 16, 17, 18, transition and inner transition element and coordination compound. These are again very important topics. If you have seen last few years board question paper, there are, see, if you will see this 16, 17, 6 marks questions with option 8 marks. So these 3 chapters are very important. You can score up to 23 marks if you will do it thoroughly. Transition, inner transition elements and coordination compounds. You know the questions, definitely questions are asked on this topic, like EN number find out, write the IUPAC nomenclature of the given complex. So all this you have to do. Definitely certain question, if you'll see properly, they are as it is, they ask only the question remains the same, only the whatever example is there, it is just change over there. After that, organic chemistry, see only 4 topics which are there based on the organic chemistry, and if you have studied properly, means if you have done your studying from the beginning, you will see these topics are interlinked. Halogen derivative will start. So the preparation reaction of halogen derivative are the, somewhere you will see they are the chemical properties of other topics. So somewhere you will find those reactions are repeating. So what you do, you never understand that interlinkage. What you do, you take a topic and just go on what mug up, you are doing mug upping of the topic. You are not understanding that same reaction is getting repeated in the another topic. So actually the time of studying another topic get reduces, but you never understand, you are not what you did, you are not linking your previous knowledge, what you have studied in the earlier chapter, and that's why you find how much to study. This is a so many pages big chapter. So just try to see interlinking. Few of the reactions are repeating. Now I'll talk about name reactions. See, name reactions, every topic have name reaction, and definitely questions are always there on the name reaction. So what you do, you just take out few board question papers. So maybe this year the syllabus is reduced, but still some topics are as it is, they have taken. Even if the last 5 years question paper you will see, you just go through the name reactions which have been repeatedly asked. So those you prepared. Applied chemistry. Now remaining 3 topics you find they are low weightage. Like if you'll see, the marks are 3, 3 and 3 only. Maximum are 4 marks. So though they are low weightage, but still they are again interesting one. Their definitions are there, draw the structures, then the types of polymers, a particular preparation reaction they ask. So this you do revise only, taking a topic, studying and keeping aside, it is not the way of studying chemistry. You have to do revision. So if you have till now, you have completed all the topics and you thought of keeping this topic later, because here again and again you are forgetting the formulas. Why? Because structures, because you are not writing. So keep practice of writing, it will help you. So like that, if you'll see, 16 topics are got divided like this. So now you may find that yes, it is very easy to study chemistry, as there are 3 topics in inorganic, 4 topics in organic, and 3 topics in applied. So your physical carries a more weightage. Now let's move to the next slide. Weightage to learning the objective. Now actually, paper is set in a such a way that there are certain weightage is given to the objective. Now, knowledge-based question, if you'll see, knowledge-based means what? Writing a unit, writing a formula, writing a correct definition. So these are knowledge-based, where you have to write as it is. So there are 29 marks are mostly from 98 marks if your paper with the option. So 29 marks are for the knowledge. And if you learn definitions properly, so there if you will do mistakes, like if you have written a definition, you're writing in your own way, it won't give you marks. It won't give you marks. Okay, so you have to write as it is. Understanding whatever you have understood from the given topic. If you have understood a particular topic very nicely, you will able to answer around 41 marks of the question. Application and skills. Application and skills, like your numerical, okay, where you have to apply your knowledge. If any give reason kind of a question, then you have to apply over there what you have studied. So these are application, those are 28. So here maybe difficulty level is little more. Now paper, if you'll see, easy questions are 29 marks, average questions are 49 marks, and remaining difficult questions are only of 20 marks. So difficulty is only of 20 marks. And if you have studied well, so I think you can attempt those difficult questions also very nicely. So after that, weightage. Paper is getting distributed first MCQ, then VSA. This is our question section A. In that 10 MCQs are there, 1 mark each, and these are compulsory. Very short answers. Question number 2, there around 8 questions are there. So 10 plus 8 is 18. Short answer types, there are 2 marks each question. You have to attempt 24. So you will get 24 marks over there. So total number of questions you have to attempt are 12. Student, there is a very positive thing is that you're getting options. So it is not anything compulsory. So the paper is with option. Only this 18 marks are the compulsory, where options are not there. Rest of the remaining marks are with the options. Then short answers, 2 type, where each question is of a 3 marks. So there are 36 marks will be there. So how many questions? 12 questions will be, you have to attempt. And long answers, there you have to attempt 5 questions and 4 mark each. So there also you will get an option. So paper as it is, only 18 marks. You have to be very careful, where you will not take a risk of losing marks. So I'll tell you further when we will discuss individually. Okay, now general instruction. If you see your question paper, initially they give general instructions. So if you afterwards getting confused or something you have not attempted properly, so general instruction you have to read very carefully, where everything about the question paper is mentioned very clearly, where to use log, where to use how to write the answer, what is the expectation, even some what we can say constants are also provided. So those value you will get from the general instruction. So after getting a paper in hand, read general instruction very carefully, though you know, but just go through. Okay, Now, see, question paper format is like this. This is a blueprint of your question paper. As I have said, your MCQ, there will be 10 MCQs. Okay. And yes, anyone have any doubt? See, number of MCQs are 10. In 10 MCQs, there is a possibility of getting 2 numericals. So, I'll just tell you, throughout the paper of 98 marks, the number of numericals will be asked. They are from 12 to 15 marks numerical will be there. So 2 marks numerical, they will ask you to solve a problem. So no need to solve, like you do it in rough, do it properly, and then only you write answer very clearly. So reading all the options of MCQs is very important. After that, VSA very short type. There is a possibility of 1 numerical will be there. In section B, 2 numericals will be there. Among the total, how many? You have to attempt around 8 questions. So from that, 2 numerical will be there. So number of numerical are everywhere. Okay. And if you will solve all the numerical given in the textbook very clearly, you will be able to attempt these questions. Okay. Because here in MCQ and in VSA, as this question are compulsory, 2 numerical and 1 numerical means what this you have to solve numerical, otherwise you will lose here around 3 to 4 marks from the 18 marks. Then question number 15 to 26, 3 marks as we have said, section C. So there are 6 marks, 2 numerical will be there, but that will be in options. Sometimes writing a descriptive answer, numerical will help you to give a very direct marks. So they're losing marks. There is no chance of losing marks if you solve the numerical step by step. Then your section D, which is a long answer one, each question is of a 4 mark. So out of 5, you have to solve 3. So 1 numerical in sub question is of a 2 marks. Now students, after knowing this paper pattern, just see the important points. What are the important points? Writing a correct answer with points. Sometime you are, what you do, you read a question paper, you are not very sure about the answer, and what you do, you just go on taking point from here and there, and you start writing. And there you might have thinking that you have written the answer, you have increased the number of pages in the answer paper, but if your answer is not correct, you will not get marks for that. So what I'll suggest, when you will go in the examination hall, so they will give you before 20 minutes your answer paper. So on answer paper, you have to write everything properly. Your whatever details on the hall ticket, you have to mention very properly. And before 10 minutes of the paper writing, they will provide you question paper. So 10 minutes they are going to provide you to read a question paper. So it is very important. When you will read a question paper quietly, calmly, your brain will start functioning. Whatever you have studied, whatever you have revised, your brain will start collecting the data. And after reading a question paper, you will get a confident how much you will able to solve. Suppose if you will not read a question paper and you will directly start attempting the answers, you might, if your time is means if you will not try to complete the paper in the given time, and if you don't know the further questions, what are the last question, though those are maybe easy, those maybe you are able to answer, but due to the lack of time, you will lose those questions. Why? Because due to the poor time management, and due to the not reading question paper properly. So first read in 10 minutes question paper properly, then just see to it that what questions you can very confidently attempt. Okay. And then after 10 minutes, when you will start writing your paper, the points, your paper presentation, that as I've said, you have to write a very correct answer. So what I'll suggest, when you try to attempt the answers, you first write the answers which you are very sure about them. Okay. But don't write answers from any section, from anywhere. Like suppose you are attempting one from question 1, and then in between you are attempting from question 4 or from question 5. Don't do that. Okay, go step by step. First attempt your MCQ, or if you are not means if you are not have any idea about the answers, or you don't know what are the answers, so what do? You skip that first question 1, that is section A. Attempt at the end, no issue, you can attempt at the end, but don't do that attempting to answers of MCQ of on the first page, and then at the end you are attempting 3 questions. So don't do that. Sometime, due to poor paper presentation, the paper checker may get confused, or there may be a issue that your marks cannot be properly counted after attempting them. So either if you are attempting initially, so attempt it very properly, or if you are not sure, so attempt at the end, or if any of the question you are not knowing, you keep a space over there. At the end, you attempt the answer. Okay, so writing paper properly, neat and clean handwriting. Your handwriting should be clean. In chemistry, what happens? Your structures are not at all clear. The bond which you are showing for writing your chemical structures, your carbon is tetravalent, but you are not counting the all bonds are there, or carbon is properly tetravalently bonded or not. Just writing it very fast. Your structures are not clear. You are not writing the symbol clearly. So all that, though you are writing properly, you know everything, but due to the poor paper presentation, you may lose marks over there. We will talk about the time management. I will show you how you will manage time of writing each section. That I'll show you in the next slide. So you have to just take care of time. So how you will manage the time? For that, you should have a practice of writing at least 3 board question paper. So when you will at least try of writing 3 board question paper before attempting the final board, then you will get idea in how much time I'm writing section A, and how much time I'm completing section B, and how much time I'm completing the rest of the other paper. New section on new page. Yes, we stick to this, students. New section on new page. As I have said, don't just haphazardly write any section on any page. Okay, at the end, due to lack of time, it may happen, but from beginning, if your paper is haphazardly written, so it will give you your very bad image to the paper checker. Writing correct answer, question number with correct sub questions. Yes. For example, in MCQ, when we have checked your preliminary prelim exam paper, we have seen most of the students, they have not followed the question number which have been mentioned on the question paper. They have given their own numbering. They have given their own numbering as they have attempting the questions. They have given their own number. So they have not taken care of which section that question is belongs. So this is very wrong. If your main question number and if your sub question number is wrong, then no use of writing that paper. No use of writing that answer paper. So student, and this you have attempted your 10th board, or you, in the school also you knew that whatever sub question, suppose it is A, right? Main question A, question number 1. In question number 1, you are attempting A, B, or Roman number 1, 2, 3. Don't give your own labeling. If it is given in Roman number 1, 2, 3, you have to use Roman number 1, 2, 3. You cannot use alphabet A, B, C, D. What question number is there on the paper, that should be on your answer paper. Student, be careful of this, because we have seen you have not written prelim paper properly. Maybe you are not having a habit of writing the paper, that's why, but please take care of this. Check your answer paper before final submission. Yes, check your answer paper. So keep at least 5 minutes in hand, that to go through your answer paper. If you have done what wrong labeling of the question number, so just go through it. Okay. And one important point, even I want to emphasize over here, that don't do any rough work on question paper, on board question paper. On board question paper in examination hall, you are going to write your seat number, board seat number. And on that paper, if you do rough work, if any squad or if anyone will come over there, our supervisor may take action of why you have written on the board question paper. There is a rough, you can use your answer paper last page as a rough paperwork for your rough paperwork. So do there only. Don't do this because it is considered as a copy. If you will do writing on your question paper, ticking the MCQs, maybe you're doing for yourself, but don't do that. Don't do that. Okay. And if you have done anything with pencil, at the end you rub it. Don't keep it on the paper. So this way you have to take care of all important points of writing the paper. After that, time management. See what has been observed that for reading the paper, 10 minutes are given. So if you will start paper at 11 o'clock, so the question paper is provided at 10:45 or 10:50. Okay, so 10:50 to 11, you will read your question paper. When you start writing section 1, so if there are 10 MCQ, you have to complete. See, if you are very sure, then you may complete within 10 minutes also. Or if you don't know any answer, so you may take at least 20 minutes. Or if numericals are there, so it will take at least 20 minutes to complete the MCQ. This is not an exact calculation. This is an what it is on experience base. This calculation is made. This much time should be taken for writing each section. Now see, for writing VSA, 16 minutes are enough. For writing section B, that is 2 marks question. When you will write 5 minutes for each question, 5 minutes for each question. So if you are writing 12 questions, so it is around, you will take 40 minutes. Okay, around 40 minutes. Then section C, you have to write around 8 questions. See, out of 12, you will, in section B, out of 12, you will attempt 8. So 8 questions, 5 minutes for each means 8 5s are 40. So 40 minutes for 8 questions. Section C, out of 12, you are going to attempt 8 questions. 8 question means what? 8 8s are 64. So here, each question you are getting 8 minutes because this question is 3 marks question. So 64 minutes. And section D, you have to attempt any 3 out of 5. Okay. So you have to give 10 minutes for each 4 mark question. So 10 3s are 30. Okay. And lastly, 10 minutes for checking the paper. So just student take care of the time, because I have seen students know they are knowing everything, but because of poor time management, they have got less marks in the prelim exam. So like that, if you will see 190 minutes, you can sum up with and you can complete your paper. So just take care of this. Now, this I have told about the MCQ. While writing the MCQ, your MCQ should be this way. See, MCQ, it is a compulsory question. Read question carefully. Sometime in MCQ, the words like not, no, they have highlighted. So you have to read it properly. Okay, don't neglect these words. So if you neglect these words, you will you will tick the wrong answers. Correct answers may be written along with its alphabet. Yes. Suppose you have attempt example number 1. Okay. So you have to write number 1. You have to write its objective option A, B, C, D out of 4, any one. And then you have to write the answer. If you will not write answer and only if you have written 1B, 2C, 3D, you will not get mark student over here. Okay. Or if you have written number 1 and its answer and you have not written B, you have not written A or its options, you will get 0 marks over there. You will get 0 marks. You have to write like this: number, its option, alphabet, and its answer. Whole fill in the blanks, no need to write. Okay, don't waste time in writing whole fill in the blanks. See, we have seen students, what they are doing, they are attempting MCQs 3 to 4 times by changing the option. Okay, if they don't know what are the option, what they do, first they will write question number 1 answer as A. In second attempt they give B, and third attempt they give C, and fourth attempt they give D. So what they think, at least any one of it may come correct. So they attempt whole MCQ 4 times because 4 options are there. But you know what? See, read this note. Only first attempt is considered for evaluation. Only first attempt will be considered for evaluation. Means whatever first you have attempted, whether it is right, wrong, whether it will give you marks or not, that we will consider. The person will check. See, it should look like this. MCQ number 1, its alphabet and its answer. So like that, 10 questions. After that, see, definitions. So what a board expects, what board paper expects. Write definition as given in the HEC board textbook. So in HEC textbook, what definition, see what you are knowing, don't write that. What is given in the book, write in that language only. If possible, underline the important words. Yes, if possible, if you have a time, when you will underline, don't use any color pencil to underline. Don't use any color chalk. Don't use any other color pen. You can simply use pencil or whatever pen you are writing with, that pen, blue pen, you underline it. Don't waste time for changing the color of the pen or using a scale and putting a line for underlining. No, just with your hand, you just do the underline. So it helps a person who check to, he will just see the important point, and that will help you to get a good marks over there. If then try to write example, formulae, equation, symbol as per the mentioning regarding definition. Suppose a definition gives you the symbol. If you are writing the define the heat of fusion, okay, enthalpy of fusion. So for there, whatever symbol is there, that also you mention. Don't only just write and writing definition and ending. No, symbol, where it is in chemistry, most of the definition you will see symbols are given. For writing EN number definition, you can give in short its formula. So it will makes a person to understand, okay, students are knowing this, and it may give you full marks over there. You will not lose marks at all. So if you want good marks, don't keep anything like that which will decrease your marks. Okay, so if you know, you write. If you don't know, you don't write. But if you know, please write it. Now, diagram in chemistry paper, diagram question is there. Now, drawing a diagram. When you draw a diagram, first of all, your diagram should be very clean, in proportionate. Drawing very small diagram with the using rough hand drawing, not using scale. Drawing rough hand with pencil, anyways, or with the pen. If you are drawing a diagram, you will not get marks. For drawing diagram, you have to use first of all pencil, and for labeling, you have to use pen. So with the pen, your blue pen, black pen you are using, you have to label. And for drawing a proper diagram, you will get 1 mark. See, diagrams of 2, if it is there, it will be of 2 marks. Then 1 mark for diagram and 1 mark carries labeling. So this 1 mark is again, if that diagram carries more than 4 labeling, then you will get 1 out of 1 over there. If labeling are 2, then fine. But if there are more labeling, try to give more labeling. Don't feel that I'll just give 2 labeling, it's fine. If you are able to, try to give all correct labeling to that diagram. Suppose if it is electrode diagram, mention positive and negative over there. Student, you forget of doing that, or you do wrong labeling of positive and negative. So wrong labeling means that you have not understood diagram, you have not understood that electrode functioning properly, and there again a chance of losing marks. Okay, so practice diagrams which are given in the book. I'll show you one diagram over here. See, draw a neat label diagram of SHE. It is a standard hydrogen electrode. It may be also called as a reference electrode, primary reference electrode. So question may come that way also. So you should know the alternate name, alternate name of the diagram. Sometimes question not be asked directly. It may be asked with the another name. So you should know this. Now this diagram, it is very neat and clean. What is a specialty of this diagram? The platinized platinum plate. It's dipped in the H plus ion solution. So you have to show the H plus ion solution. Student, you show that sometimes we have seen the plate is out of the solution. So it should dip for an electrical contact or for the reaction to take place properly. And see, this way you have to label. So need proportionate label diagram you have to draw. Keep doing practice of diagram which are there in the book. Sometime instead of diagram, they may ask you to draw geometrical or optical isomers of a given complex. So that also you have to consider as a diagram, student. So diagram, it doesn't means drawing only the electrode or any of the what any other diagrammatically. Don't consider that way only. It may consider you are writing any of the isomers also, geometrical or optical isomers. So keep practice of doing this. Proper labeling is also important over there. Now, one more question which always comes in the paper, at least one questions will be there on distinguish or in differentiation. So just go through your textbook. In textbook, there are so many questions are there on the distinguish or in differentiation. So while writing the distinguish, what you will do, you will draw column wise. You will draw two columns, and one by one you will write a point. So write this answer column wise. You will not write point wise. So first you are writing of a first, and then you are writing of the second. No, comparatively you should write. Means when you are writing the point, they should be comparative with to each other. So point one should be comparative to point one of the other. So write answers column wise. State the main points first, like definition, meaning. Each point carries half marks. Each point carries half marks. So suppose it is 2 marks question, so at least 4 points are needed. If it is 3 marks, at least 6 points are needed. Example is not considered as a point. So if you are giving 3 different example in 3 different point, you will not get marks. It may be checked, but you will not get marks. Do not mug up the point. Try to derive the next point from the previous point. So keep a link. If you will mug up, then you will forget. Just correlate first point with the second point. Okay, correlation is important, and do not repeat the point. So you're writing same point in different language will not give you marks. Okay, so whatever distinguish given in the textbook, practice all those. Now steps 2. Okay, after that we will see numerical. As we have seen, numerical is around 12 to 15 marks. Numerical will be asked in the exam. Now, students, what I'll first tell, when you are attempting board paper, you attempt paper, total paper, means you try to attempt each and every question of the paper. So while attending paper, if you are not knowing the numerical, but at least write a question number over there. What is given, you write. What is to find out, you write. So at least when you are attempting, or if you don't know how to solve, or if you are knowing the formula, at least write the formula. For writing the correct formula also, you will get marks. Then if you will substitute the values, still marks will be there. In 12 numerical, you have to solve the numerical with the help of log calculation. So you have to show log calculation also. Don't try to write answers directly. Don't do rounding up. Don't do that. Whatever answer you are getting, write that way. In decimal, write complete answer. Don't do rounding up. Solve the numerical with the help of log calculation. And you have to answer whatever answer you are getting, you have to write it correct unit. So while solving the numerical, first you will read the numerical very carefully. Then what is given in the numerical, you write it. What you have to find out, you write it. Then you will understand what formula you have to use. If you will start it directly solving without writing the given find, then you may do mistakes in writing the formula. Okay, so first write what is given, then what to be find out, then start solving the problem. So if you will at least try to complete all the 4 steps, you will get out of marks. Or any of the final step, you don't know what is the unit, but at least whatever you have written for that, you will get marks. So attempt the paper 100%, write all the questions carefully. And what I'll tell, the questions which you are very perfect, its answers 101%, you are very sure. So attempt those first, and which you are not sure, you attempt at the end. Okay. Apart from this, As I have said, you have to go through the textbook. Question bank is provided to you, students. Question banks is provided to you for, as we have seen, question number 1 is very important. Question number 1 and 2, like MCQ and the very short answers. So this question 18 marks. If you want to get good marks over there, all the MCQs in the textbook as well as the question bank which has been provided to you, do all the questions from that. So you will get marks over there. Now student, in very short answer type of a question, in very short answer type of question, if you will see, actually answer which has been expected, it is a one word. If definition is asked, write whole definition, or if any numerical is given and they ask you to find out the answer. So no need to solve over there. You can solve it in the rough and you have to just write answer over there. Okay. So this way you have to attempt the VSA. So for attempting VSA, don't write answer in paragraph or in the essay way. You have to write in one line. You have to write in one word. Student, when you attempt the paper or when you are attempting the short answer type of a question, like 3 marks question, 2 marks question, or when you are attempting the long answers, student, there you try to write answer in the point wise. Or when you are learning the answers, write them when you practice. So practice them in point wise. So when you write in the point wise, what will happen? When you write a point, after writing a point, you elaborate that point. So your paper presentation will be very neat and clean in that case if you're writing in the paragraph. So there the person, the paper checker will find it very difficult to get the answer, because if it is not point to point. One more thing, handwriting, as I've said, it should be very neat and clean. The structures, chemical structures or the reactions which you are going to write, they should be written in the pen. Don't write reactions or chemical structures with the pencil. If you are not sure about it, you practice in rough and then only you write it. Cutting the answer, doing overwriting will make the paper very shabby, will give you a poor presentation of the paper. So if you are not sure about the answer, you write it with the in rough, make it sure, and then only you write. Okay, so keep avoiding overwriting. If any point is wrong, or if you have attempt very wrong answer, so straight away put a line on it, cut that answer and attempt it. Don't do over there only overwriting, or in little space you don't try to write your answer. Your answer should be properly visible to the paper checker. Handwriting, good handwriting is very important, student. After that, what I'll suggest for the chemical reactions, when you are writing, try to write complete chemical reactions. Its initial reactant name, chemical name, then the reaction condition, temperature, reagent, and the final product name. Name reaction, as I've said, while writing the name reactions, practice the name reaction which are there in the book. And suppose mechanism is asked, so if it is given in the book in the stepwise, so try to write stepwise only. Mention it properly. Only writing reaction and not writing the explanation again will not give you marks. Student, sometimes you do, either you don't know the chemical reaction, what you do, you write only a answer. You are not showing the chemical reaction over there, will not give you marks, students. Explanation for the reaction is required. So give at least 1 or 2 line explanation, either below or above the reaction. So there losing marks will not be there. You will get good marks. So sometimes you think I have written paper very properly, but still I am not getting good marks because some points are missing while writing the chemical reaction, while writing the explanation. Then electronic configuration, write electronic configuration very properly. Don't do over there overwriting. Do it in the rough, and then only if you are sure you write it very properly. Okay. I think we have completed almost all the points. Okay. So what I'll tell all the best students, what you will do now, if you have completed your syllabus, if you think, you start doing revision. And while doing revision of at least organic chemistry, try to write reactions, write all general reactions, practice them. Only reading and writing once and directly attempting in the board, it's not, you can't take a risk that it, if you'll able to write that time or not. So better practice it. If you practice, at least you'll able to write the structure, you will go through that structure and you'll understand. If a direct question is given, for example, write what are the different types of ketones, okay, give the different types of ketones with their example, or different types of ethers, okay, if such question is there. So the type of ethers are what? Mixed ether and simple ether. But student, what you do, you don't know the answer, but what you do, instead of writing the types of ether, you write definition of ether, what it contains, and that also you're not writing properly. You have to, what it is given in the book, you have to write. You don't frame the answer in your way, okay, won't give you marks. So what do you think? Okay, I'll able to write, I know the structure, I can write the definition. No, you go through the book, what definition is given in the book, that you see and you write. So revision is important. So I'll again we from like today onwards in our college we have started with orals, and soon we will start with the prelim, and then the prelim practicals, and then board is there. So student, all of you study well. You have any doubt, you ask anytime. So thank you for listening. And I think somebody has a question. Ma'am, in derivation question, if we write only the formula, will get at least half mark. Okay, in derivations, if you write a formula, yeah, yes, suppose you don't know the derivation, but at least you have written final, if you know the final derivation or final statement, you write something over there. I don't know the derivation, so I will not attempt. Don't do that. Whatever you know, but it should relate it to that. The answer should not wait. The person should not irritate while reading the answer. Okay. So whatever it is correct, you write. But if it is incorrect, you don't dare to attempt it. So writing wrong thing also make your bad impression. Okay. So, and try to attempt whole paper. Try to put question number. If you don't know the numerical, but put question number, write what is given data, what to find out. Okay. So this way, confidently you attempt the board paper, definitely you will get good marks. Thank you, students. If you have any doubt, you ask me. Till time is there, you can ask me. Uh, Critical data sheet means what? What does? Yeah, regarding the practical, see, in short, I will tell. While coming for the practical exam, you go through all experiment which you have revised in the you have done in the revision. Okay, we are not going to provide you anything. Only you will get for an experiment like your titration, even for the basic and acidic radical functional group, there you will get reactions or the pages of the handbook where you can see and perform the reactions. Otherwise, you have to calculation, you have to practice and come. What is result? That also you have to read and come, and you have to write with the proper unit. For example, in neutralization and displacement, there is a negative sign because heat has been liberated. It is an exothermic reaction. The student, you are knowing that temperature difference is there, temperature rise is there, but still you forget to give a negative sign over there. So these small things you have to understand and you have to do it properly. When we will draw a graph, write scale, write x-axis, y-axis, what is there. If you are just drawing a graph, not writing what is on x and what is on y, still you will lose marks over there. So while coming for the practical, read everything. For a basic we will provide, but other all experiment you have to read and come, students. You will not get anything from the college. Okay, anything else you want to ask, you ask me. Okay, fine, students. So all the best and study. Okay. So I'm ending my lecture here.